Good morning and welcome to the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. I'm your host, Harvey Freed. And, of course, I'm not prepared because I don't have my headphones all set up, but we got a great staff this morning. I got them right here. I'm going to plug them in.
Of course he's not prepared. Happy New Year, everybody.
We've had 2 weeks off when you come back unprepared.
I let Jeff take the seat, and I didn't plug in the headphones.
It's like U of M having a month to prepare for South Carolina.
Ooh, here you threw
That's
that
a
in
shame.
there. Hey, there's Alex Nafusi.
I threw that out strong,
and Harry
didn't I?
Glantz from Capital Mortgage Funding. I'm Harvey Freed with
Morning,
Capital Mortgage
everybody.
Funding. We have a great show set up for you. We brought in Logan Ward from the Keller Williams Luxury Domain office in Birmingham. Welcome to the show, Logan.
How you doing, guys?
Fantastic.
Good to see you all.
Thank you.
I've known Logan since he's been 19 years old. I know, Alex, you're going to tell stories you've known him since you were 15, but I've known him since he
I've
was
known
19.
since I was, I think, 10. Logan's actually, my parents bought the house they're in now across from Logan's parents in 1990, I think. So we've grown up together, and I always say high work family, but this is like family, man.
Yeah,
good.
we've all been through a lot. I used to work with you guys years
back
ago.
in the day, but now you're all grown up now and you're real successful, so it's good. We appreciate
Yeah,
that.
it's good to be here.
Logan's gonna be
Your
talking
beard's gray like mine, which is nice.
I color that. It's not real.
Alex will point that out for you. Rob DeRoven from Detroit Financial also joins us. Rob, thank you for coming in today.
Thank
It's
you, gentlemen,
fantastic.
for
to
having
I
have you
can't
here.
believe I haven't run into Rob in the last 30 years somewhere. I can't believe it.
I'm sure we have to.
It's
You run in the
amazing.
same circles?
Dude's a good guy, man.
Appreciate
You guys
it.
run in the same circles?
Well,
Friends?
we know everybody that our circles touch. How about that?
Don't say that.
good way to
again.
put it.
That's not.
We are going to be talking.
Hey, no, people know what that means, Alex. Six degrees of separation, if you
Yeah,
know
that's
what
fantastic.
that means. Yeah.
We definitely are going to be sharing tons of information with you. Buying a home in 2018, home ownership, still probably the number one priority. Boy, it's cold outside. You definitely have to set yourself up for the future. We're going to be talking about getting that mortgage set up the right way. Also, preparing yourself for home ownership. Logan, you got tons of information to share with us. It's great to have so many people in the studio now because we bring you tons of information. That's what we're going to do all year long here on the Hardcore Mortgage Show. Of course, we're brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. I know we have a full staff all weekend long. Make sure you get that approval letter, and we're going to talk about a real approval letter versus maybe a pre-qualification and some of those things that are out there, and how to truly get your offer accepted. Logan, you and I talked about it even before we started, how maybe there's a short window here before the competition really goes in attacks. Everyone's going to be looking to purchase a house come springtime.
Yeah, the spring market's always busy, so it's very important to jump ahead of it and get out there now when inventory's low. Really set yourself apart from the rest of the homes out there. Rates, obviously, as you guys know, are low still, and it's a great time to buy, and it's a great time to sell.
So, Logan, you know what we're seeing right now, and I couldn't believe it. You know, you come back to work, and, of course, last Monday was the holiday, and then you come back to work on Tuesday, and you expect, because it is in the American psyche, that people want to ease right back into work that first week. You know what I'm saying, Rob? So you figure you're going in, and it's going to be easy to get back into work. Well, how about Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and yesterday? One of the busiest weeks we've had in a very long time, which is an indication to me that the market is still extremely active. It's still hot. And what we're seeing, Logan and Rob, is we're seeing a tremendous amount of purchase activity very early in a cold
Which
year.
is crazy.
Which is unbelievable right now. So what you're saying, Logan, holds true because, and we talked about it before the show, it's still going to be a busy year. You said that your 2017 was what?
By far my best year.
By far your best year. And we see in our prediction for 2018 is going to come out pretty soon. I've got about a week to 2 weeks to put that together, and I've already done it, but I'll give you a little hint. 2018 is going to be as strong as 2017. Rob, what are you seeing?
I literally couldn't agree more. And which is great is the busier you guys are, the busier I am.
Yeah. So tell everybody what you do.
Well, you're with Detroit Financial, correct?
Yeah, Detroit Financial. So Detroit Financial, between me and my partner Jimmy, we've been collectively doing this for over 30 years. And financial services firm that really concentrates on not just helping people grow their portfolios, but really protect themselves, protect their assets. Not just, God forbid the inevitable happens, but if they get sick, right? Everyone gets sick at some point in their life. So we really want to make sure that people are protected in those events.
Yeah, so I like when Rob comes out. He comes out strong and he says, and I don't think that we do this enough. Just like he said, he's been doing this over 30 years.
You don't look that old.
Okay, right?
Collectively, over 30 years.
collectively,
My
got it.
partner, he's
Okay,
105.
but you have 30 years of experience in something, so you think these guys know what they're talking about?
I would imagine so,
That's
yes.
what it is. And I don't believe that people tell people enough. And, we're conditioned in society not to tell people what we do. Okay, except for now on Facebook, which everybody tells they walk their dog at midnight. I mean,
And what they eat.
But your parents always told you let other
I'm
people
at Starbucks.
Yeah, let other people brag about you. But when you're in the financial services world, the mortgage world, the real estate world, you've got to hook up with experienced people, or it's just not going to work out.
Not only
That's it. I agree with you, 100%, man.
not only having an experienced team, having some professionals behind you, really setting that plan forward. We talk about it, buying a house or even setting yourself up for the future. You got some due diligence there, and you got to get the right people in front of you. So that's just what it's all about. We're going to have great people all year long here on the show, and that's the key. And then when you call Capital Mortgage Funding, that's another part of it. Get that real approval letter. You deal with the same person from A to Z. We have all the qualified people at our office, probably the finest staff in the country when it comes to getting a transaction done. And again, 1-800-LOW-RATE. Make sure you get that approval letter. Logan, I want to jump right into home purchasing because, as Harry said, this week started with clients. I had a couple clients that I wasn't sure where they went. The weather changed. You even mentioned people do get a little less motivated when the weather's like that. The sellers,
Everyone does, man.
if they have a sign in front of the house, they're motivated to sell it. So it's just a matter of maybe a little additional motivation and getting some people in the right direction. But the key is to be prepared and ready to make that offer. And boy, like I said, it was already busy this week, so we know that it's going to be a really strong spring season.
Yeah, and when you see the people who are out there and braving the cold, they're probably pretty serious about buying. And so as a seller, you want to be ready.
Yeah.
You want to be ready with having your house prepared, having the right realtor who's going to go the extra mile for you, who's going to talk to you about staging the home and how important that is, so that when somebody does go out there and braves the cold, they walk into their dream house.
Right.
That is true, Logan. I mean, if somebody's selling their house in -7-degree weather and you have an open house for them, they're going to have the house. They better have it prepared, and they're going to be very serious.
Well, then people looking at that house also are going to have.
That's what I'm saying.
Extremely
so
serious.
everybody's serious in the transaction when it's -7 degrees. January, February, and March, you're talking about serious buyers and serious sellers. Because as you guys know, anybody could throw their house on the market April, May, June, July, and August.
Sure. Let's see what we can get for it.
Well, you're looking at one of them because Logan sold me my house back last spring, and I'm getting married next week.
Congratulations.
And thank you. And I've already called Logan and said, you know what? We really want that extra bedroom. So
I need a
after here,
bigger
he's going to
house.
come over and he's going to take a look at our house, tell us what we can sell it for, and he's going to help me buy a new one. So -7's not going to
deter you.
It's not scaring me away.
Truly,
good.
what's the difference if it's 90 degrees or 0 degrees?
Well, it's Michigan, so
Well,
yeah.
it's,
You gotta deal with it.
I'm going to give you a hint.
It's a
Harvey.
huge difference, Harvey.
Harvey, let's do some simple math.
90 degrees.
Definitely mortgage rates aren't going to be the way of any of you folks out there taking advantage of these still 40, 50-year lows in the mortgage world. Of course, the jobs reports have been interesting back and forth, but these mortgage rates don't seem to be affected. We're still looking at 40 or 50-year lows. Of course, other factors determine your interest rate, including your credit score, the loan program, the loan to value. So, again, it's not one mortgage for everyone out there. Find a program, find a company like us at Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE. You sit down and you find out exactly what you got to do to get your mortgage all set up, and that way you're going to be successful as a homeowner. Again, we talk a little bit about the weather. It's been the talk of the town. Nicer weather coming out this week, of course, up to 40 degrees later. So maybe Alex will bring his golf clubs back out and see if he can get back out there for a round.
Maybe I was younger, yes, but no.
So, Logan, we talked about it before the show. Why don't you tell everybody where your area of expertise is and what's hot in the market and what do you find and what's going on right now?
So me personally, I'm a team leader at Keller Williams Domain Birmingham, the Indulge Property Group. And what's nice about the team is we have people who can sell in all different areas throughout Southeast Michigan. My personal expertise is in the Woodward Corridor from Bloomfield Hills, Birmingham, Berkeley, Royal Oak, Ferndale, all the way down to Detroit. I don't like to go too far off of Woodward. But our business is booming. It's growing. I just, posted I posted a job opportunity for a new administrator for my team yesterday, and I've gotten 50 resumes since yesterday. So people are out there.
Are they good though?
Are they the resumes?
Yeah. You get some find out.
We're weeding through them, but we'll find the right one.
That's the toughest part is finding good help, man.
You know, it's a big deal. I've made some mistakes in the past and learned from them. And
Definitely.
Brodsky, we all.
Logan, we're up against a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk employment and how it's affecting new construction and a whole lot more. Keep it here on 97.1. We'll be right back.
97.1 The Ticket.
Hi, Harry Glantz and Dan Burke for Capital Mortgage Funding. We do loans everywhere. In Southfield, in Birmingham, in Royal Oak, in Grosse Ile, in Detroit, in Canton, in Northville. No matter where you live, we want to do your mortgage too. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker.
All righty, welcome back to the show, 918. If you're just joining us, it's the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. You'll find us there, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. That's 1-800-569-7283. You're going to save a ton of money. We still have low interest rates, some of the lowest interest rates. And forever, again, they continuously talk about the Fed funds moving, the Fed funds rate up. We don't know what that'll affect with our mortgage rates. But again, we are still at these unbelievably low interest rates. Of course, Harry, it's seasonal jobs are really doing really well. The jobs report came out. There was 228,000 brand new jobs. Are they seasonal? Yeah, but you can find work, and especially in Detroit.
There's no question that our area, which is always the first one to get hit hardest and the last one to come out, is doing really well. We're seeing the vibe around the area is phenomenal. Going to go downtown today, going to go to the Red Wing game. Mr. Kolb's going to join me, and we're going to have a lot of fun down there. But, you know, talk about property values. One of the questions I always ask new people on this show, and Benny, you're no exception. You're going to get the question right now. Mm-hmm. What happens when you're in the middle of a transaction and you've sold it at the purchase price, and the appraiser comes in and the appraiser appraises it for lower than the purchase price? What do you do about it then?
First move I would make, as I would advise any agent to make, would be to appeal the appraisal. First off, pull comps, see what the real values are, see who the appraiser was, if he appraises in that specific area, and if he's off. If he's right and he wins the appeal, then I would take it to the negotiation period where I would ask my client where they feel comfortable with first and foremost, and then I would go and attack and negotiate the best deal I can for my loyalty to my client.
That's just a strong answer. That is the correct answer. First of all, you provide the comps. The lender, we go ahead and we do rebuttals in our office. And that wasn't even a set-up question because everybody knows I ask that question every week to new realtors. So, yeah, we do that, Benny. What we do is we go ahead and I will rebut the value. I'll get the comps from the realtor, you realtors, and they give it to Alex, Harvey, John Cole, anybody in our office, and we go ahead and we do a formal rebuttal. If the rebuttal comes out okay, fine. If it doesn't come out okay, we have to live with the results, and we go ahead and let you, our realtor friends and partners, know, and then you guys go do your thing.
Unfortunately, a lot of people don't understand the appraisal process. They think that it appraises, whatever it appraises it doesn't stump a deal, can't change a deal. Until you come up to that appraisal process, a lot of people overlook it, and really a lot of appraisal shortfalls have happened this year, even in a strong market. Yep. I've lost a lot of deals, but at the same time, I feel like the appraisals right now going into 2018 are becoming more transparent across the board. They're getting
right, welcome back to the show, 917. It's the Hardcore Mortgage Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. You'll find a full staff all weekend long, so give us a phone call. And any real estate agent out there, and Logan, we were just talking about a real approval letter means you've submitted your documentation to the lender, you've gone through it, they've run your credit, you've discussed your funds. If you have a pre-approval in your hand and you haven't submitted that information, I know your agent's not going to be happy with you. And I'll tell you, that's usually a recipe for not being organized and probably not a successful start at getting your offer accepted. You can run into a lot of loopholes. So Logan and I are going to be talking about that all morning long. We want to hear from you. 248-539-9797. Logan, making that offer and really getting everything up front in that purchase agreement, it's key to really getting that transaction closed smoothly.
Yeah, I think when you're looking for a realtor, you should make sure that there's somebody that crosses the T's, dots the I's, and really takes the time
lowercase J's
and lowercase J's sometimes. Really takes the time to make sure that you've connected with the right mortgage banker who's gotten you a real pre-approval, not just asked you a couple questions and then sent you over a piece of paper that can come back to bite you.
For those of those listening outside this building and not in this industry, a real pre-approval means that we've taken your information, your financials, your tax returns, your asset statements. We take a look at it, we analyze it, we run it through our automated underwriting system, we give it to our live in-house on-site underwriter, and we get a real approval. It's a real approval letter. It's not a pre-approval. It's not a pre-qualification. It's a real approval letter that says that you can actually go out and buy a house.
I tell my clients that it's close as you can become to a cash buyer without having a bag of money.
There you go.
At the closing table.
There's a huge
We've verified
difference.
everything. We've been underwriting, verified funds that close, verified your work history, pay stubs, all that. You're good to go. Because, quite frankly, I don't waste my time.
No, you don't want to waste your time. You don't want to waste anybody's time.
Anyone's time. No,
and I don't understand why Logan would show houses to people that don't have a real pre-approval.
No, and
a real approval. I apologize.
And there's a lot of agents out there who will get a phone call and someone will say, "Hey, will you please show me this house today?" And they'll run to the house and show them the house without asking them the proper questions.
Well, because
have you been pre-approved?
Because as salespeople,
what are you looking for?
As salespeople, we're so defensive all the time. We just want to get the transaction. That's the wrong way to. That's the wrong way to sell.
Yeah, but if it doesn't close, you've turned around all
it's
day.
It's the wrong way to sell.
Well, your
10
time
degree
is
weather.
just as valuable as theirs.
Everybody's time.
That is the truth.
You can't make up lost time. That's right. You cannot make up lost time.
Yeah, Rob, you make a great point. You get someone in a car and they called you. They want to look at just one house. And at the end of the day, if you're able to sort of bring them back a little bit and say, you know what, why don't we prepare this the right way and set up at least 4 or 5 different homes we can look at. Looking at one property is not probably the way anyone successfully goes out and buys a house. I mean, there's a lot of done on the internet prior to, but you got to get into these homes and see what's going on there because a picture doesn't always tell the story.
You really do. You have to go there, and you have to be willing to walk away if it's not right. As my business is 80% referral based, so I'm not doing myself any good service by trying to sell somebody a house. I'm trying to create a relationship that can last a lifetime. Rob knows firsthand. I'll say, I think we should walk away from this deal if it doesn't feel right, if the house just isn't right for you, or if the numbers don't work, if it's not a good investment, let's walk away. I'm not trying to get that deal. I'm trying to make my clients happy long term and make sure it's a good investment for them.
So, Logan, you're getting into the transaction right now, and you take somebody out to a house and you write the purchase agreement. And next step is we order the appraisal. So you write the offer. Let's say the offer's for $350,000, like Harvey said. Offers for $350,000, and all of a sudden the house comes in and appraises for $325,000. What do you do?
Well, let's take it a step back. When writing the offer, especially if it's a competitive offer, we're going to make sure that we stand out a little bit. So instead of just offering above asking price and hoping for the best and then thinking, okay, we'll renegotiate once the appraisal comes in, instead we'll write something in there. We'll get a little creative that a lot of agents aren't doing, and we'll say, okay, my buyer is willing to go X amount over the appraised value, but that's it. Or at least at that point, we'll start negotiating.
But you got to put a number on there.
You have to
Yeah,
put a
you
number.
can't say we'll pay anything over
No,
the
X
appraised
amount.
value, because if it comes in at 100,000 less, you're on the hook for that.
Yeah, I think we're going to see more and more of this kind of knowledge and being shared. I think that the top agents out there are going to be using these tactics and really this process of business to make sure that their clients' offers do stand out opposed to getting the other offers accepted. And again, there's so much that has to go on from the time they accept the offer. Families are typically closing within 30 days. So, boy, we just talked about a few of the steps out loud. It was, appraisals and inspections and title insurance and homeowners insurance and final water bills. And people have to set up to move out of the house and move into the house. There's a lot of things that go on within a 25-day, 30-day period. And let's move off to our first call this morning. And for 2018, we got Tyler out there in Fenton. Good morning, Tyler. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. How are you guys
Tyler,
doing this
what's up,
morning?
man? Good
Happy
morning.
New Year, bud.
Calling from Fenton, huh?
Yes.
Cool, man. So you got a question about a land contract?
Yes, I have a 30-year land contract at 4.25% interest, and the land contract owner, he's getting older. He wants the cash, and with a 680 credit score, can I get a mortgage for less than 4.25%?
You're probably right around there.
Without paying any-
What's the value of the property, sir?
What's the value? We bought it for $145. I think it would probably appraise out at low end $185,
And what do you owe on it? What's the balance on the land contract?
$125.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be right around the 4.25 range through there. I mean, everything's based on the appraised value and your credit score. So you'll be right through there for sure, man. But here's the thing, man. If he wants to cash out, he can't arbitrarily cash out just because he's getting older. If you have a 30-year land contract.
Well, if you know what, Tyler, I suggest the fact we love the fact, of course, because we sell mortgages that you would get one. There's a lot of other benefits to you getting that mortgage on the books. But another thing, Tyler, is when I meet clients like you, sometimes we find out quickly that there's some additional debt you have. And I'm going to give you throw this out there for anyone listening. If you want to pay off a land contract, if you did an FHA mortgage, you can also take equity out. So you could take equity out to potentially consolidate other debts, maybe
You can
even
take it
pay
either
back
way. You
taxes
do a
out.
conventional.
Conventional also.
I don't know on that. Okay, if you guys say so.
Yeah.
But
I'm telling you, if it's a recorded land contract, you can do it. It's just like a regular refinance transaction.
Well, there you go. You bring up another question. Tyler, have you been paying on this for a number of years, and is it recorded, and did you close with a title company?
Yes, I closed the title company, and I've been paying for 10 years now.
Okay, good. I mean, I think it's a great opportunity for you to take advantage of the interest rates while they're low. Of course, many families only get the land contract because at that particular point in their life, maybe they're not mortgageable. But it sounds like you're in pretty good position now to go ahead and obtain a mortgage. I want to know more about you. We'll definitely follow up after the show and give you some numbers and really show you the way to do it, okay?
Oh, please do. I would like to get this done. If it's feasible, I'd like to get it done as soon as possible.
Yeah, we can definitely do it for you, man. Fenton's a great area. My buddy up there runs Wharf Market. I mean, it's a good spot, man.
Is that your restaurant? You the restaurant bar up there? Or?
No, it's a market.
I'm right off Lake Fenton. I'm on the port side of the Lake Fenton.
Oh, cool, man!
Yes,
Awesome.
sir.
Yeah, my
Lakeside.
buddy lives on Eden up there.
I live on Margaret.
Oh, I know exactly where you are, man.
There
Definitely.
you go. All right, you're in good shape,
Okay, for
Tyler.
the show, Tyler. What's that carry, buddy?
Look at Alex making friends in
Thank you, sir.
2018.
He's going to have some
There you
friends
go,
out in
Alex.
Livingston County
Have
this year.
Have I turned a new page in this book of life?
you know
I
what?
had a birthday while we were off, and
You need to start fresh in Livingston County. We're throwing you out of Oakland County. We're going to move you out there. You gotta, like-
I got to be right at like that 12 and Woodward spot.
I don't know
can't,
about that.
I can't be in the middle.
We're
of
going
nowhere.
to take your calls all morning long. 248-539-9797 here live in the studio. We brought in Logan Word from Keller Williams in Birmingham. Keller Williams, he's part of the Indulge Property Group. He runs it. And, of course, that's the Keller Williams domain in downtown Birmingham. Great office. And Rob DeRoven, awesome stuff with Detroit Financial. We were talking a little bit this week, Rob, about some of the products you offer. But one of the things you do is, like you said, is protecting clients' assets. So if you want to share a little bit about what you got going on with that, definitely throw it out there.
Well, I appreciate that. And again, thank you for having me on.
You know what, Rob, when we come
Rob
back,
just got
because
killed by the break.
that's okay, Rob.
Good timing, Harvey.
He's got
Hey.
unbelievable stuff to share with you. Keep it here on 97.1 The Ticket.
That's
We'll
why
be
we're
right back.
mortgage guys.
97.1 The Ticket.
Hi, Harry Glantz and Dan Burke for Capital Mortgage Funding. We do loans everywhere. In Southfield, in Birmingham, in Royal Oak, in Groseal, in Detroit, in Canton, in Northville. No matter where you live, we want to do your mortgage too. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker.
Good morning. Welcome to the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show. Would you believe it?
Kind of a mellow introduction.
Wasn't it?
I thought that was our song, guys.
And we've got enough energy in here to light up the whole town. December 16, 2017. Welcome again to the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. I'm your host, Harvey Freed. This is a star-studded lineup right here we got today. I'm going to introduce everyone, and I'll let you guys take it away. Alex Nafusi from Capital Mortgage.
Morning,
hey,
gentlemen
Alex.
and ladies. How are
Got
you?
John Kolb, of course.
Morning, guys.
All sorts of knowledge over there. Harry Glantz to my right,
What's
always.
up?
The boss man. And we got a whole elite realty came in to join us. And again, it's TJ Brisboy. TJ, awesome. Great to see you over here. There you are, TJ.
What's up, Harvey?
Across the way. And Andy Borschuk, of course. Andy, how you doing?
Morning, guys.
And
Are you guys nervous or no?
Not at all.
not nervous at all.
Good
No.
deal.
Wait, what about
Trish is down in the corner over here. Hey, Trish Dork, how you doing over there?
Yeah, Tricia said she did all her show prep. She knows that we ask those trick questions, you know? So we're going to ask different questions today. So, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you guys stole the test, okay? You went to the frat house, stole
like
the
Michigan
test. You think you
State.
got
That's
the
a secret.
answers.
Yeah.
Right, Alex?
That's a
All right,
secret.
stole the answers to the test. Wrong. New questions. Here we go.
We filled in the Scantron before the test.
I know you
test,
did. That's
swapped
right.
it.
So what happened was the dude that you copied off of, he skipped a question, but you didn't realize that. So you got every question wrong.
We had to,
Okay?
no, we had test files.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Like you did. Well, that was.
At 12 noon, the broadcast at AM 950 WWJ. Anthony Mann, the Gustav Nyquist scored in the third period. Wings blow a 2-0 lead and come back and beat the Panthers 4-2 at the LCA last night. Pistons getting hammered in Philadelphia, 114-78. Lions say no, I don't think so, to the permission from the Green Bay Packers to interview defensive coordinator Terrell Austin. They'd earlier given permission to the Cincinnati Bungles. John Gruden heading back to the Oakland Raiders, 10 years, $100 million. He'll be their next head coach. Detroit Lions cornerback Darius Slay and punt returner Jamal Agnew both named to the APL Pro Team. And it's wild card Saturday in the NFL. Titans and Chiefs at 4:20, followed by the Falcons and Rams at 8:15. At the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Jeff Lesson. For more, 97.1theticket.com.
The Tigers, Red Wings, and Pistons all play here. 97.1 The Ticket.
Welcome back to the show, 9:32 if you're just joining us. We're in our 18th year of the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show, bringing you tons of knowledge, making the process smooth and easy. And if you're out there looking to get a mortgage, be sure to call Capital Mortgage, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. You'll find us there all week long. And, of course, we have a professional staff, some of the I would say, the best workers in the world when it comes to closing your transaction in a timely manner. Probably the best closing department and some of the best
nationally. It is known, Harvey. It is a fact that we are nationally award-winning staff, and our team members are national award winners. That goes without saying. You can't do as many transactions as we do and not get recognized, and we're just humble about it.
Did I get an award about?
We're hungry. Well, yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, it'd be nice if you showed up to pick it up, but that's another thing.
Well, yeah, 248-539-9797. Again, this morning we brought in Logan
and
Word.
then there's that.
There's that.
We'll talk about that one later. But Rob DeRoven, again, from Detroit Financial.
Can I have Gruden's contract? Can you just,
No.
Okay.
No, I get Gruden's contract.
But I'd ask. I'm going to throw it out there.
Appreciate that.
You guys with your banter here. Rob, good stuff. Sorry that break sort of.
So I'm here for you.
I got you. There you go. Perfect.
Definitely, again, Detroit Financial is more than just, it's just not an investment firm. You guys have some different products and unique things. And, of course, Detroit Financial, it's a great name to to get some people to come your way. So
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Tell me what a couple of the products that you have that would be really interesting. And you're very consumer friendly. That's the easy part. But tell us a couple of the things you got going on. Would be really good out there.
Well, kind of tying into what you guys do is easy because no two plans look alike. Okay, for us, we like to custom design things based on our clients' goals and objectives. So kind of how Logan pre-qualified me when I first went looking for a house. What are you looking for? Where do you want to be? What price range? And so on and so forth. We do the same thing for our clients because in our years of experience, what we realized, people don't know what they have, where it is, why they're even doing it. So our products really make sure that we're hitting their goals and objectives. And for home buyers, we have an excellent product that is a low-cost solution for any home buyer, average home buyer. If they're, under the age of 40, under the age of 50, it doesn't really matter. But at the end of the day, it's protecting them and their families, not in the event that something happens to them and they're dead, right? That's easy to cover. But if they're alive, if they get sick, God forbid, cancer, stroke, heart attack, and they can't work, right? We don't want them having to dip into their savings, their 401ks, their 403bs to have to make their mortgage payment. We don't want them losing their house. So all of our products have living benefits that make sure that if something does happen to them, they get money. And they don't have to be, excuse the drasticness, but they don't have to be dead to collect on their policies.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. So really interesting stuff. If you're just listening out there, again, you can get in contact with Rob really through our office, but we'll put it up there. Hopefully we'll get some numbers up there on the screen on the Facebook Live. And again, another thing, of course, you can always find us there on Facebook Live, so check it out and like our show, the Hardcore Mortgage Show. And again, you can see us here every morning, Saturday mornings throughout the year. There's also a lot of other products that I know you guys get into. So throughout the year, I think we'll have you back a few times to discuss. That's going to help a lot of families out there. And that's really what the theme is.
So Harvey, Alex, and Logan, Rob mentions the key things when you're talking to clients. Okay, it's all about your clients' goals and objectives. And I learned 35 years ago, listening to a radio program, that my friend Rick Bloom from Bloom Asset Management.
Wow, there's a name from the past.
This guy, he only cared about his clients' goals and objectives because it's really only about your individual client's needs and what are their goals and objectives. It's not about us. When we do a loan for somebody, we put them in the proper mortgage program for them.
And that's brilliant.
And then what you're doing is you're putting them in the proper financial instrument and protecting them that's right for them.
I wholeheartedly believe it's not about the commission. If you take care of them, they will take care of you.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. Proof positive is that when people were doing subprime loans, we never did them. When people were doing negative amortization loans, pick your payment mortgages, we never did.
Yeah, all those people lost their homes.
When people were doing 1 year and 3 year ARM products and churning them every year to 2 years, we never did them. So we are a 30-year, 15-year, 10-year 20-year fixed rate mortgage shop. We are probably the worst people when it comes to wanting to sell because we only want to do what's best for our client. So when I hear you use the term goals and objectives for your clients, that's exactly the mantra that we have when we talk to people. And I see Harvey and Alex sit down with people every single day. They still like to entertain in their office. We call Harvey the great entertainer because he likes bringing people in, sitting down with them, and
for
he
3
goes
hours.
over.
We'll be good friends.
Oh, yeah. So this is what we do. We do it. It might be old school, but we sit down with people and we go over there, from A to Z, what their goals and objectives are. That's what we do.
It's such a great point, Harry. I always ask people, what are your goals? They say, hey, I'm at 6% right now on a 30-year fix, and people say, my goal is to I want to pay the mortgage off. I want to retire in 12 years. We need to get this paid off, and you have to tailor the product around them. I think the same in your industry,
right?
Well, here's the thing. The less we talk, the better. Let them talk. We have to be good listeners, right? We have to listen to what they actually need. And the reason why
it's like being in a relationship,
about being old
it's like hanging out with my girlfriend. I got to listen.
Right. Yeah. Having that mentality of that old school mentality, that's what makes you successful. And that's what gets your clients coming back over and over and referring. And that's my mantra. All right. If I can have someone refer, right?
Well, it's the greatest compliment you can get.
And then
and that's why we've done loans for entire families and their families and then their families, neighborhoods, and we do them for the... It's just a supreme compliment when you start doing your friends' children and then your friends' children's children.
Stealing my thunder. That's where I was going.
That's exactly what we do.
That's how you know you've been in business too long. Right. You're doing your client's kids' mortgage now.
There's no better feeling than walking in the mall and having someone come to you and say thank you.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for you, I would, and then fill in the blank. I wouldn't be able to get this house. I wouldn't have been able to live my dreams.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I say that all the time. It's one of the things that I really go on. Like I want to see you at a Red Wings game or a Tigers game and high five you and say, "Hey man, hey, what's up?"
I think personal service.
Yeah.
I think what we're lacking now in our society is personal service. Please, thank you, yes sir, no sir, thank you notes. Hi, how are you? Just talking like human beings because everybody wants to be on this. And I know we're on Facebook Live, and I know that's groovy, cool, and hip and everything. But there's nothing like.
Why were you holding your phone up when you said that?
Because I'm showing everybody's on their phone all the time. They don't know how to converse. Well, they don't know how to have a conversation with anybody.
I'm so happy you brought that up because I honestly feel that products are products, plans are plans. Right? You have 1,000 financial advisors out there. So what's going to separate me? What's going to make me different? I'm 24/7. All right, you can reach me 24/7. I'm actually have an appointment tomorrow at 12 o'clock in the afternoon on a Sunday. All right, that's what it's all about.
Oh, you're passionate about it. That's
making them feel that they are the number one. Because at the end of the day, without them, there's
you have nothing.
Well, there you go. Let me throw this out there. 248-539-9797. We are live. We take your calls all morning long up till 10 o'clock. We're going to have sports here on 97.1 all day long. A lot of NFL football also. I like our conservative approach to really starting off the year and moving families in the right direction. Actually, the Motley Fool, they came out with a great article this week talking about debt-to-income ratio and really sort of a reminder out there for any families or young people that are listening to really consider that debt-to-income ratio, understand those numbers. And they're thinking, obviously, their number was way low. They want families to keep their housing expense at about 30% of their take-home pay, where we're able to actually, the rules allow us and the guidelines allow us to sometimes go quite a bit higher, up to about 45 typically. And again,
but that's way too high. But that's on the gross number, Harvey. So
right.
You've got to, when you find out and you do the math, you're going to find out that it's similar. Okay, you're going to find out that if you use 45% of a gross or 30% of a net, it's going to net out the same number.
Yeah, definitely a conservative approach to keeping the money in your pocket. And one of the things, too, there's been some tax reform this year. So, again, with student loans out there, you probably are going to want more professionals. Again, we talked about it earlier, but find out from your CPA earlier how your taxes might shake up this year because the new tax reform does change things up here. So, again, there's a lot of information
out
there.
Your property taxes are what? You could write off no more than $10,000?
Up to $10,000. There you go.
$10,000 combined.
And you can still deduct. You can still deduct your up to $750,000.
$750. And by the way, everybody out there, home equity loan interest is no longer deductible.
Yeah, I want to throw that out there, Harry. I wrote it down in the show. If you're out there and you've got a first and a second mortgage, you're probably going to want to call Capital Mortgage Funding right away and find out if you can add those two together and how you can save money by doing that. A lot of families in the past were doing that when they were purchasing a home. I told the guy not to do it just back in December, and now he's got a second mortgage. That's not even a tax deduction. So call the professionals, Capital Mortgage Funding. That music says we're up against a quick break. Keep it here on 97.1 The Ticket. We'll be right back.
97.1 The Ticket.
Hi, Harry Glantz and Dan Burke for Capital Mortgage Funding. We do loans everywhere. In Southfield, in Birmingham, in Royal Oak, in Groseal, in Detroit, in Canton, in Northville. No matter where you live, we want to do your mortgage too. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker.
All righty, welcome back to the show. 9:17 if you're just joining us. This is sort of our last show for 2017, but I'll tell you, we are open. We are jam-packed at the office. You got to get that approval letter, and better yet, why not get a head start and call Capital Mortgage Funding and look at that debt consolidation loan. I know a lot of us like to overspend a little bit during the holiday season. And again, with a built-in equity in your house, how home values have gone up, as we all know in this room. And more importantly, there's a lot of opportunities out there to drop your term of your mortgage, consolidate some debt. Sit down with us. There's no fee at all. Find out what you can do. Also, you get a copy of your credit report. And there's really some cool things we do. We have a software program at the office that will show us what you need to do to pull your credit scores up. And as we all know out there, that everything about your credit sort of affects. If you go to rent a car, you need to have a good credit score, your homeowner's insurance, your car insurance. So it's very important to get your ducks in a row. 248-539-9797. Let's move off to Corey in Whitmore Lake. Hey, Corey, you're live on the ticket. Go ahead.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Good morning, Corey.
I'm not doing too bad. I got a kind of a conceptual question for you guys. I'm looking to be a first-time home buyer probably late next year.
Awesome. Congrats.
And I got a ton of student loans that I'm still paying off. And for the last couple of years, I've been overpaying on all of them. So as a result, I don't have a lot of actual cash saved up. But I have been contributing to a 401k and a Roth IRA.
Okay.
What's your guys' opinion on borrowing from that kind of stuff towards a down payment for a house?
There's options out there for minimal down payments, regardless of that. Where are you looking to buy? What city?
Kind of the Ann Arbor area.
And what's the purchase price? Alex trying to get to the purchase price so we can kind of direct you. A lot of people don't think, and I share it. John Kolb shares the opinion. We're not big fans of taking out of your IRA and your.
And listen to 97.1 The Ticket anytime, anywhere.
97.1 The Ticket.
Welcome back to the show. 9:45 if you're just joining us. We got tons of information to still share with you. You're listening to the Hardcore Mortgage Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Call us all day long, all weekend long, at 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. We still take your emails at mortgage.show@lowrateonline.com. And, of course, check us out on Facebook. Like our page. Check us out. We get a lot of calls and a lot of people watching the show. But our goal of 2018 is bring more of you folks out there listening into what we call successful home ownership. Truly, when you close on a transaction, you're going to understand every facet of the transaction. And that's the key. There's no button or anything to flush or any of that. It's important stuff. Logan, we spoke about home purchasing.
What did you say?
Button to play. He tried to make. He was funny.
I like sort of funny.
He tried to be funny.
But Logan, there's no doubt.
Worked out great, buddy.
Tons of stuff. And I like what you said. This year, more specifically, those purchase agreements, because of the multiple bids that we're going to have out there, those purchase agreements are going to have a lot more language under additional conditions. And that way, if the house doesn't appraise out, Harry's favorite conversation is appraisals. The agents are already going to have a plan worked out. Again, we still allow for rebuttals. If the house doesn't come in, there's an opportunity to do a rebuttal on a house. But more importantly, you guys, the agents, the top agents out there, already have a plan together and make it real smooth for buyers and sellers.
Yeah, it's really important to set yourself apart from all the other offers that are coming in. And a lot of that comes in the language, but it also comes in your agent explaining and actually having a conversation with maybe the listing agent rather than just emailing over an offer and no explanation.
Do you meet the appraiser at the house before they come up?
We try to not get too involved with the appraisal. We kind of leave that up to you guys.
Would you provide comps?
But I'll provide comps for sure, especially if there's any ambiguity at all. But it is really important, especially in this market that is competitive, when you're listing your home, to hire the right agent that's going to go above and beyond. That's not just going to put a sign in front of your yard. That's not just going to put it on the MLS. Anybody can do that. But are they going to come in and talk to you about staging? Are they going to talk to you about decluttering your home? Are they going to talk to you about, turning on some lights, opening blinds, coming there before a showing and making sure the lights are on so that it's presented in its best light when a potential buyer walks through your home?
One of the things that drives me crazy is that if your listing agent shows up to take pictures of your house with an iPhone and not a real photographer, run.
It's my biggest pet peeve when I go on the MLS and I'm searching for a home for one of my clients and I see a picture that is upside down. It baffles my mind. But when I see a picture where the lights aren't even on in a room, there's a car in the driveway, you can see the agent with their iPhone taking the picture in the reflection in the bathroom.
In the mirror, right? Hey, so, Logan,
there's a dog in the
picture. It's baffling to me.
Buying a home, it's such an emotional experience and an emotional buy that you don't know what is going to make somebody tip the scales in your favor to buy that home. So you want to stage, Harvey's favorite word, you want to stage that home properly so it exhibits in its best light. So when you do that and you're trying to hit the emotional heartstrings of the sellers, because you don't know what is going to push somebody over the edge to make them want to buy that house. And I say, it's a 50-50. You want to win that 50-50.
Oh, sure.
And it's an emotional experience when you buy a house. People are highly emotional, aren't they, Logan?
It definitely is. And I especially, I deal with a lot of luxury homes. And at a certain point, you want your listing agent to be at that home to explain all of the amazing features that you have in your home. If a stranger comes into your home that you're selling, they don't necessarily know about your heated floors or a lot of they don't know that you have a whole house generator.
Yeah, the amenities.
They don't know about these amenities that you could explain. So I like to be there, explain it, take them through a tour, and then leave them alone to
That's a great point.
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
But with the photos, I like to think of it as, it's kind of like online dating. I don't want to put fake photos there and then show up and have them initially be disappointed. I want them to come and be pleasantly surprised when they get there.
Yeah.
I want accurate photos, but I want to show it in the best light. So when they come,
so they don't swipe left.
They don't say
right.
Exactly. I mean, that's how it is. I don't know how many times I've walked through a house or heard someone walk through a house and say,
This doesn't
look like it at all.
Right. This is what I thought I was getting.
No, I want them to walk through and say, "Oh my God, this is even better than I thought."
Things to say right now.
But they're excited.
But Logan, it's the smallest thing that can make the difference.
A
fresh coat of paint, something that simple, can just catapult that house.
And that's why using a team like mine, we come through. And that when I say staging, it doesn't necessarily mean bringing in furniture. It means coming through with an expert, a stager who we hire on us to come through and say, hey, maybe you should declutter this area, maybe put down some of these personal photos, because people don't want to see photos of you and think, oh, I'm walking through a stranger's house. They want to walk through and think, this is my future home,
Logan,
that I'm going to raise my kids in.
You bring up a great point, too. As much as you want to get that listing, there's a lot of honesty that right then and there you need to come out with and say, look, folks, this is what we need to do to really present and get the highest dollar for your home is to do these items here. And let's go with that. And remove the camper from the driveway and things of that nature. And that old car that's not moving.
And it's a big deal.
Yeah.
It's a big deal to be honest with your sellers and your buyers about what's really going on in the market.
Yeah.
I had somebody call me, actually a referral from you, Harvey.
Okay.
Who called me and said, I hired a different agent, and she just said, yeah, I'll list at the price that I threw out. I threw out a high number, a make me move number, and she said, okay. And then we had price reduction after price reduction after price reduction.
Well, that's the
I want
sketchy
someone
thing
who's
right
an
now,
expert
man.
who's going to tell me. They're the realtor. They know the market. You tell me what it should be
is
priced
it fair
at.
to say that if you had 3 price reductions, your home wasn't marketed properly from the start?
It wasn't priced right.
Well,
it wasn't
especially in a
marketed
hot-
properly.
Especially in a hot market. You know, if the market's hot, Logan, and you're not getting the offers, I mean, you're getting a lot of showings, and then no offers come through, you know that is priced too high.
Well, at the end of the day, it comes down to price. I mean, there are a lot of different factors that are involved in a purchase, but at the end of the day, it's price. If someone says, well, I'm on a main road, or it only has a 1-car garage or a 2-car garage, I can get over those things as a buyer at the right price.
There you go.
It all comes down to that.
Well, it's people. They shop realtors like they shop mortgage guys, and when they throw out a huge number from a listing standpoint, like I can get you $350. No, you can't, dude. Yeah, the house is $275 all day.
Yeah,
I mean,
and I would love to be the second agent.
Exactly.
I love hearing you guys talk about this because I get people saying, well, my financial advisor said I should be getting 13%.
No, run away from that guy.
Maybe I'll sign
exactly
up
where I
with
was
them.
going.
Don't overpromise, all right? I'm the kind of guy that likes to plan for the worst and hope for the best. If we can do that,
Can you
we're
give
on
me
a good
like
road.
7%? We'll just call it a day.
Call it
Give me
70%. Come on now.
I'll give you a little
If
quick.
it works at the low, it works at the high.
That's the whole thing. If we can solve the problem, right, without taking crazy risk or doing anything bad, then we've done a good job today.
Yeah, fantastic. A little more on the conservative side today. Hey, I want to throw out new construction out there. It's definitely shaping up all around the country. Definitely here in Southeast Michigan and all around our state. Big name builders, medium size, some independent builders that are building luxury homes, custom homes. So you see a little of everything out there. We're going to be announcing a whole bunch of grand openings. We got a whole bunch of local builders who have been calling us. They want to be involved with Capital Mortgage Funding. If you're building a home right now, be sure to call Capital Mortgage Funding. You'll get in touch with us. Bobby Efros at our office is our relationships guy. You're going to love what we can do for you. Again, we've been helping folks market their properties. Again, we have internal marketing here at Capital Mortgage Funding, and there's going to be a ton of new construction. And again, for any of you new construction builders out there, get a partner like Capital Mortgage behind you and make your life that much more easy. We're gonna wipe away half those headaches you guys had in the past. So definitely get in touch with us.
And just on a side note, we're a mortgage company. That's what we do. We do mortgages. We don't try to say that we're not going to do capital mortgage real estate, capital mortgage construction. We're a mortgage company. So just be wary that if you're building a house and the builder's got their own title company, their own mortgage company. I mean, there's no system of checks and balances at that point in time.
Right.
It's important to have someone looking out for you.
Yeah, I like that point, too. And then one more thing here, because time's going quickly. Again, refinance transactions. We talked about it maybe getting an early start in 2017 before the new year. But now, folks, maybe overspent a little bit. Maybe there's some just lingering credit card debts that you've had in the past. Call us and we'll show you how you might be able to use that equity in your home. Again, home values have gone up in Southeast Michigan, all across the country. Again, different pockets might have still some ground to make up, but we see a tremendous amount of opportunity here for families to consolidate debt. And when you're consolidating debt, boy, if you can knock your term down, and we see so many families going from 27, 25 years down to 15-year mortgages, you might take $30,000 out of your house, but you owe 10 years less, and that's a good way to go. Hey, that music says that's it. All right.
And next week we come out with our 2018 projection on home sales.
Okay.
So Logan and Rob, you don't want to miss that show, because we're going to tell you what's going to happen in 2018 to the best of our ability.
All right, that's good stuff. We want to thank our panel this morning. Again, Logan Word from the Keller Williams office in Birmingham, Luxury Domain.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. Good seeing you.
Definitely, Logan, we'll have you back on. Of course, Rob DeRoven from Detroit Financial.
Thank you guys so
Smart
much.
guy.
Rob, we haven't touched about all your products, so we'll have you back.
Happy birthday, Natalie, my girlfriend. I love you so much, man.
boy,
I
here we
appreciate
go.
it.
A quick Happy New Year to everyone out
Happy
there.
birthday, Natalie.
We've got Pat Caputo coming up with Sports Next.
Keep
Keep it
alive.
here on 97.1. For Harry Glanz, Alex Nafusi, I'm Harvey Freed. We'll see you next Saturday.
Happy New Year, everybody.
97.1 The Ticket.
Hi, Harry Glanz and Dan Burke for Capital Mortgage Funding. We do loans everywhere. In Southfield, in Birmingham, in Royal Oak, in Groseal, in Detroit, in Canton, in Northville. No matter where you live, we want to do your mortgage too. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker.